If you are thinking about picking one up, I just want to walk you through my experience, because a mattress is one of those things that sounds simple until you have to live with it every night. I've been sleeping on this one long enough to get past that first week where everything feels new, and I can tell you what it is like day to day, what changed for me, and what I would warn you about. At a basic level, this is a memory foam mattress with a medium firm feel. I went for medium firm because I sleep on my side part of the night and on my back the rest of the night, and super soft beds usually make my lower back feel weird by morning. Really firm beds keep my back happy, but then my shoulders get sore when I stay on my side too long, so I was looking for that middle ground. If you are someone who wants a cushy, sinking feel, this is not that. If you want a board-hard mattress, it is not that either. It lands in the middle, with a surface that gives a little, then holds you up. What made it interesting to me is not some fancy feature list. It is just that it is a straightforward foam mattress that claims to be comfortable and supportive without doing anything complicated. I also cared about the foam certification, because I do not like that strong chemical smell some mattresses have, and I did not want something that would stink up my room for weeks. Let me talk about what it looks and feels like in real life. The cover is plain and clean looking, nothing flashy. The mattress itself is thick enough that it looks right on a normal bed frame and does not look like a thin foam slab. When you press your hand into it, you get that slow memory foam response, where it does not bounce back instantly. When I lie down, I feel it give under my hips and shoulders, then it settles and supports. It does not feel like it swallows you, but it definitely contours more than a traditional spring mattress. Setup is the usual mattress in a box situation. It showed up rolled up and compressed, and the box was manageable to get into my place, but I still recommend having a second person if you have stairs or tight hallways. Once I got it into the bedroom, I slid the wrapped mattress onto my frame, carefully cut the plastic, and it started expanding right away. The expansion is kind of satisfying to watch, but the smell is what most people will notice first. On mine there was an odor, but it was not horrible. It was more like that typical new foam smell. I opened a window and ran a fan. After a couple of days it was mostly gone. I still waited before putting my bedding on tight, just to let it breathe. The first night, I could tell it was firmer than what it feels like after it breaks in. At the beginning, the surface felt a little tight, like the foam had not relaxed yet. After about a week or two, it started feeling more natural, and the contouring got better. That break-in period matters, because if you try it for one night and judge it immediately, you might think it is too firm. For me, by the end of the second week, it was closer to what I would call a true medium firm. Here is what daily use is like. When I sleep on my back, my lower back feels supported instead of sagging. I do not wake up with that stiff, pinchy feeling I get when my hips sink too far. When I sleep on my side, it cushions my shoulder and hip better than an old-style firm mattress, but it still pushes back enough that I am not collapsing into a weird curve. My spine feels more straight, and I notice it most in the morning. I used to stand up and feel like I had to stretch out my lower back right away. On this mattress, I still stretch because that is just me, but I am not doing it because I feel sore. I also paid attention to motion transfer because I move around at night. Memory foam is generally good at limiting movement, and this one follows that pattern. If I shift positions, it does not send a big ripple across the bed. If you share a bed, this can help, especially if one person is a lighter sleeper. It is not magic. You can still feel someone getting in and out of bed, but it is muted compared to a bouncy mattress. Edge support is a mixed bag, and I want to be honest about it. If I sit on the edge to put on socks, it compresses more than a spring mattress would. I do not feel like I am sliding off, but it is not a strong, stiff edge. When I sleep near the edge, it is fine. When I sit on the edge for a long time, it sinks and you notice it. Heat is another real thing to talk about. This mattress can sleep warm, especially if you already run hot. Memory foam tends to hold onto heat, and I noticed that on nights when the room was warmer. It was not unbearable for me, but I definitely felt more comfortable when I used breathable sheets and kept the room cooler. If you are someone who wakes up sweaty, you should take that seriously. I would not call it a cool sleeping mattress. I also want to mention weight and handling. Once it is expanded, It is heavy and awkward like most foam mattresses. Rotating it is doable, but I do not love doing it alone. If you plan to move often, just know it is not something you casually pick up and carry like a thin mattress. There are no smart features here, and there is no mobile app. I actually prefer that for a mattress. What matters is how it feels at midnight when you roll over, and how your back feels when you get up in the morning. After sleeping on it consistently, my overall impression is that it does what I wanted a medium-firm memory foam mattress to do. It cushions pressure points without letting my hips sink too far. It is calm, quiet, and predictable. The trade-offs are the warm sleep tendency, the softer edge when sitting, and the fact that you should give it time to fully expand and air out before judging it. If you are mostly a back sleeper, a combo sleeper, or a side sleeper who likes a bit of support, I think it fits. If you want a very soft bed you can melt into, it will likely feel too firm. If you are very sensitive to heat, you might need to plan around that with bedding and room temperature. That is my real experience with the signature design by Ashley Chime 12-inch medium-firm memory foam mattress. If you have questions about my setup, my sleep style, or what it felt like after a full break-in, leave a comment and I will answer. If this video helped, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next review. Thank you for watching.